back to my channel. My name is Jania Sierra. I'm so excited to be creating another video today. I created this channel to create a space for me to share my journey, also for women to just resonate with my story, and just to create a space for them to be seen, to know that, hey, you're not alone. Somebody else is experiencing the same thing that you may be going through, just to allow us to build community with one another. So yeah, and with this video today, I'm going to be talking about the woman that I want to grow into in my 20s. I'm in my mid 20s. I'm 25, so I have 5 years left of my 20s. So I really want oh my gosh, I'm about to be 30 in 5 years. But I really want to maximize, if that's the correct word, of maximize the time that I have to truly dedicate who I want to become. Like being consistent with routines that I may set, or being consistent with YouTube and trying new things that'll help me stay in alignment with the woman that I feel that God is calling me to be. So without further ado, let's jump into this video. Okay, so the first thing, or the first part of the woman that I want to grow into, or am growing into, is being a mother. Being a mother, I love being a mom. I love my baby. I'm pregnant with my second one, so I'm a soon to be mother of two. But with becoming a mother, you have to grow up so fast. Like the responsibilities that come with being a mom, it just jumps at you so quickly. Now you have to think about a child other than yourself. Like, even though that you've had a partner, you still think about your partner, but you don't have, it's different when you have to put your needs or put your child's needs like more than your own, if that makes sense. Like, you have to make a lot of sacrifices to benefit your child, and it may look like putting some things, or putting your dreams, or putting something on the back burner to benefit the well-being of your child. That may look like maybe turning down a job that's in a different area because it's not close to your child's daycare center. Or yeah, that's the only scenario that I can come up with right now. But with my case, it's more so of me having to sacrifice my personal time, or sacrifice those moments where I'm having a bad day and I just don't want to be around anyone, and I have to take a moment to just like breathe and then jump into motherhood, because motherhood never stops. Like, it doesn't matter if you had a bad day or not, you still have to show up for your child. And maybe I'm still learning that, there are times where I can take a break and woosah, especially with a partner, and you talk to your partner and say, hey, I need these moments to gather myself, gather my thoughts before I come around, because I don't want to transcend my attitude and my energy out on y'all if you're not in a bad mood already. So, but I'm the type of person where I struggle to tell people my needs, or I struggle for asking for help. So before I have that conversation with my partner, I will check out. Like, right after a long day of work, being with kids, I have to be around my baby, and I'm like mentally not here. Like, I'm just checked out. I'm irritable. My baby crying, like I'm just over the fact that she's crying. And that is the part where I am trying to work, the part that I'm trying to work on and grow more mature in, because I don't want her to grow up and be like, oh my gosh, my mom, is something always wrong with my mom. Like, she so irritable all the time, or I can't say nothing because she might snap on me, or she doesn't want to be around because she's so moody. And I'm trying to work on that as being a mother of two. And with growing into being a mother, you have to heal parts of yourself that have been unseen for so long, especially with mother wounds, daddy wounds. Like, all of those things come back up that you've held down and pushed down for so long. Like, for instance, with me, my dad, he wasn't as present. Like, yes, we talked, but he wasn't present in my life. Like, he missed a lot of big moments in my life. And I have a hard time of being let down because I've been let down by my father so much. And if I'm like let down, and this could be with not only just with motherhood, but just in relationships in general. But if my child, for instance, and she's not old enough to let me down yet, but just like I feel like this may come up if my daughter, or if we're doing something and I expect her to follow through on what she said and she lets me down. I don't want that to be a trigger for me. Like, I want to be able to heal that. So if that does happen, I won't be so disappointed because that's something that I've already worked on. Or with my mom, we don't have a strong communication skill. Like, we talk, but it's very surface level. Like, there are conversations that I wish we could dig a little deeper in, such as like, you know, our relationship when I was in my teenage phase, going through puberty and all of those things, and just, how we struggled a little bit. I just wish our communication was a little better. And then there are triggers that come up that make me a little defensive. And I had to think, like, okay, I don't want to be defensive with my mom all the time, because what if my baby does that to me, where she's defensive with me, and I don't want that to rub off on her. I hope all of this is making sense, because I could tend to ramble. I have my points, but I try to stay on topic as much as I can. So yeah, that is what I want to grow into in my 20s, or working on growing into in my 20s, and that is motherhood. Okay, the second the second thing that I'm working on growing into is becoming a wife. I am still, I'm not single. I'm in a relationship. We've been together for almost a decade now, so we're locked in. We have almost two kids. So marriage has been in the conversation, and we do plan on getting married soon. And there's such a beautiful moment to just like kind of see myself getting older and witnessing my dreams come out into fruition, because I've always wanted a family. Always wanted to have a husband or a partner that like truly dedicates his time to his family and wants to work for his family and build a legacy and all of these things. But there are parts of becoming a wife that was never taught to me. And that is like how to be a wife, because I'm an only child, to be honest. I'm an only child. I've been selfish my whole life. My fiance, partner, whatever, like, he is from a two-parent home. And I'm from a single mother. I've been raised by a single mother, and I'm my only child. So it's just been me and her, and it's just mostly been me, because at times, like I said, we'll be arguing and stuff. So with me, I'm very selfish when it comes to how I want things done. I'm selfish when it's like, this is mine. Like, why are you bothering my stuff? This is mine. Or I'm always putting myself first, and I don't think of family. And when you are becoming a wife, it's not just about you anymore. Like, yes, there are times where you're going to dedicate time to yourself, because you are one of the, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm just gonna say vessels, like one of the vessels of the family that like pours her energy into everybody to keep things afloat. But when you are becoming a wife, you have to think of the family and think of what's going to benefit your family instead of what's going to benefit you, and what's going to benefit your partner for the overall benefit of the family instead of what's going to benefit you. And that's what I'm learning. Like, I'm growing out of it. I still have inklings of selfishness within me because, like I said, I'm an only child. Like, everything's been mine, 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 and I'm growing into, like, okay, everything is not mine. Like, I have to share my space, my time, my energy. I have to think about, okay, I need to talk to my husband or my fiance and get his suggestion on what he thinks this could do to benefit our family or whatever. Like, I hope I'm making sense. So, in other parts of, like, me, working on becoming a wife and preparing to be a wife, it's that I have to constantly or wanting to be more spiritually aligned, because as all of us, we're all spiritual beings, but women, we tend to be more spiritually attacked, and especially in our minds. Like, our mind is like spaghetti. We just connect so many things, and we're always in our head. I know for me, I can't speak for everybody, but I know for me, I'm always in my head and I'm always constantly overthinking, and I tend to let that drain me and drain my energy, and it keeps me from showing up for my family. So with me becoming a wife or preparing to be a wife, I have to constantly or willingly want to regulate my energy in Christ and try to align myself with the word as much as possible so that I can be at ease and be a vessel and be an example for who Christ is, for who Jesus is. And there are times when I don't. Like, right now, I feel like I'm so spiritually out of alignment with God because I haven't been in prayer. I haven't been in the word. I haven't been doing any of these things to, like, truly be a Proverbs 31 woman. Like, that woman had all her ish together. Like, she lacked nothing. She was weary. She wasn't weary. She had fear of nothing. Like, she took care of her family. She made time for her side hustle. She had time for her business. She had time for everything, and she had time for the Lord. And that is the type of woman that I want to be overall. But in this case, like with being a wife, I want to be able to show up for my family as a whole woman, as a wise woman, a woman with love and nurture, like, just a woman that brings her family at peace, gives her family peace and not turmoil and frustration. So, yeah. Next thing, the woman that I am wanting to grow into is a creative. I think I'm pretty creative. I haven't been as creative as much, and maybe in the next video I could talk about, like, ways to become this woman, like things I could do to help me become this woman. This video is just talking about the type of woman that I want to be, and if this resonates with anybody else. But the woman that I want to grow into is a creative woman. That is the whole purpose of me starting this journey, is to test my creative skills and to see if I'm good at editing, see if I'm good at talking and working on my vernacular and just all of the things. Okay, so my microphone went out and I had to learn that this will have like a tiny hearing or audio issue. I hope it's not too bad. But the last part I stopped off of was me growing into a creative woman. And as I was saying, like, that is the whole point of me starting this YouTube journey, is because I want to be able to test my creative skills and be able to just, like, go with the journey and just to watch me continue to progress with the editing, progress with the speaking, progress with just being able to share my life and kind of finding my identity in this, just allowing myself to be creative and opening the doors for me to be creative in other things. Like I already consider myself creative. Like I am a music major. I used to perform. I haven't performed as much. I haven't even been practicing like using my voice. I may have lost. That's another conversation for another day. But besides that, like I've done productions at my school, so I think I'm pretty talented and creative when it comes to certain things. And I just want to kind of like utilize YouTube just to see what else am I capable of doing. So part four, the next part of the woman, or the next thing that I want to evolve and grow into as a woman, is being graceful and being more faithful. So I think I extend grace well, but I could do a better job of extending grace because, for example, like with my family, I've recently cut off my family because I'm just like I'm tired of the BS with them. Like I'm tired of the hypocrisy. Like I'm just, without saying too much, it's just a lot of fakeness in the family that I'm just sick of participating in. Like I can no longer pretend that I Lord forgive me for saying this, but I can no longer pretend that I enjoy being around your presence when in actuality I don't. Like I'm constantly in anxiety mode when I'm around these people, and I'm just cutting off that part of myself. But I feel like I've cut off my extension of grace, and that's not really Christ-like because God gives us grace every day because we are sinners. Like we sin every day, and God still loves us. So for me to say that I just stop extending my grace is really not right, but I'm working on it. Like I think I still give them grace to grow, but grow somewhere else outside of me because I don't want to be around for your growth. And that's the part that the Lord needs to work on. And maybe I'm not wrong for saying this, but maybe I am. But yeah, and I think I just need to extend grace and allow people to grow, allow people to maybe see their mistakes and their wrongs and eventually grow from them. But like, what do you do? And this is me asking myself this, and I don't have an answer to this question. Please, comment section. But like, what do you do if you extend grace to these people and they're just not willing to grow? They're not willing to see their wrongs. Like maybe that's how God sees us. Like He extends all this grace to us, and we still have yet to see where we're wrong and where we need to grow and repent. So it's just a revelation for me because God is good. But anyways, I also want to work on being more faithful. Like I think I have pretty strong faith as is, but I don't actively practice my faith. Like I'm not active. If that makes sense. I'm trying to find like the words to explain what I'm trying to get at. Like I have faith in the Lord. I have faith in Jesus. Like when there are tough times, I know the Lord can get me through. And then I have faith for good times. Like when God is good and faithful, even in the good times, like it's my praise. But there are times like right now where I'm not actively living in faith or practicing my faith. That means like being a vessel, being um an ambassador for who Jesus is, and I don't think I'm that. Like I know I may have a gift from God, but I don't think I'm actively being an ambassador for God and showing what strong faith looks like, showing what being in the word, being a woman of God looks like. So that is something that I definitely want to grow in as I'm becoming this more evolved woman of myself, this more evolved version. So yeah, and like maybe in the next video I could probably do some research and like give a little some tips or examples of how I could practice all of these things, like ways to practice and, you know, the steps to take to become these parts of myself. And then lastly, number five, I want to become a woman that is more disciplined. I definitely want to grow into a more disciplined woman because that is my biggest issue. I lack discipline. And I'm testing the mic. Excuse me for the audio. I'm really hoping that this audio works. But yeah, as I was saying, like I want to be more of a disciplined woman. That is the area that I lack in the most. Like if I fall into my flesh way easily. Like if I am not in the mood to do something, I'm going to succumb to the spirit of procrastination. Like I'm not going to do it. And that's my problem because when I think about it, my future self could have benefited from so much of me just doing the things that I did not want to do. Like for instance, I was supposed to make this video literally like a week ago and I'm making it today. What if my future self could have benefited? My future self could have benefited from the fact that I created this video a week ago, and this could be my third video. Like, I could have been like adding to the catalog, but here I am. You know, here I am. I'm doing it. I'm trying. I'm trying to get back on track, but definitely want to become more disciplined in doing the things that I don't want to do that will overall benefit my future self. Like for instance, something small like you have a sink full of dishes, but yeah, you have a sink full of dishes that you know you need to wash, but you don't feel like washing it. A disciplined person will wash those dishes so your future self will not have to do it later, and you can just chill and do whatever you do. Or future self, your a more disciplined version could be like you exercising, you working out, like you have a goal of trying to get a snatched waist but you still in the bed asleep. You got your extra hour of sleep in, but your waist is not snatched. Like you were supposed to be in the gym that hour ago, working out, getting that body right. Even if and you're not gonna see results automatically, but you know how like after you work out, you're like, I look a little snatched. I feel good. You could have that feeling, but you're still in the bed laying down. I'm talking to myself because that's me. Like I told myself, like with this pregnancy, I definitely want to work out more, work on my pelvic because I don't want to have those back pains and those problems. And then when I drop this baby, I want to look good afterwards. Have I done that? No. So I definitely want to become more disciplined in doing the things that I don't want to do, but it will overall benefit my future self. So yeah, that is all that I have today for this video. I hope that you guys have enjoyed it. I hope that the audio is not too bad for you. If so, deal with it. I'm just kidding. But yeah, if you like this video, please give it a like, a comment, and please subscribe because help the girl out in the algorithm. Like I'm just a girl, young girl trying to be seen, trying to make it, trying to do something with her life. Okay. But yeah, this YouTube video or this YouTube is just a safe space for women like me. Struggles with being seen, struggle with showing up for herself, struggles with all of the things in motherhood and life, and trying to figure it out and take it one day. I hope you guys enjoyed the video.